All right, guys. I listened to 78 Sports TV's video earlier today, and I pretty much just wanted to make some quick comments about Gennady Golovkin because of it. I think the title of 78 Sports TV's video. Let me make sure I get that right. It's about how Abel Sanchez he's still talking about how Gennady Golovkin can knock out anyone from 154 and 168. It's just ridiculous. These people just won't stop. Abel Sanchez cannot stop. And someone needs to, someone in the Gennady Golovkin camp needs to put like a muzzle on Abel Sanchez and Tom Loeffler. But you watch that video that Sunday Sports TV made. He pretty much says everything that you need to hear. But I basically wanted to add one small thing. All right, you see. I know, I feel bad about everything that's going on with Gennady Golovkin at 160, unifying the belts and whatnot. But it's come to a point, especially when you hear his people from his camp making comments like Abel Sanchez, that he can knock out anyone from 154 to 160. It comes to a point where you gotta take the kid gloves off. You gotta take the kid gloves off. Okay, this man is 34 years of age, and who has he fought? Does anyone know? Okay, Martin Murray. All right. Who else? David Lemieux. Okay, who has this man fought? All right. I'm trying to find names, but all I see on his resume are, besides the two that I mentioned. Okay, maybe you can throw Curtis Stevens in there. I don't think Stevenson's a bum either. But aside from like a couple names, I just see fucking cab drivers and tomato cans on his resume. All right, and this man, it's one thing if it'd be one thing if he was Saul Canelo Alvarez's age with that resume, that professional resume. But this man is reaching the end of his prime, and he has not had a solid matchup with anyone that's credible. This is just absurd. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just getting into the world of boxing, but even I can tell like someone that old should have some highlight fights by now, and he doesn't. Nothing's noticeable, and you got people like it's just there's no excuse. This guy's being like LeBron James when he first entered the NBA, right? He was celebrated just like Gennady Golovkin is, but when he failed to deliver on his promise of being the chosen one, on countless occasions, he got ridiculed a lot for it. Why aren't we doing the same for Golovkin when it comes to his lack of fights with credible opponents? Like I said, okay, even though the people. There are people that don't want to fight Gennady Golovkin. I get that. There are people like Daniel Jacobs and Billy Joe Saunders and Peter Quillen and many more that Miguel Cotto. People that just don't want to fight Golovkin. Let's not forget that pussy Alvarez. But it's just this is not the first time we've seen this kind of action. This is not the first time we've seen this in the sport. And we need to start pushing Golovkin towards a decent fight, okay? Because it's clear that Billy Joe Saunders does not want that fight, okay? And it's not as if we all know how the WBO is. They're a fucking clunky organization. We don't know if they're ever going to order that fight to happen between Joe Saunders and Golovkin. So Saunders can do whatever the fuck he wants. For all we know, the fight between him and Saunders could be taking place, won't even take place between 2 or 3 years from now. Okay? Because we all know that Golovkin, he's not willing to submit to Saunders' demands, say, I'll fight you in this place and, the money and whatnot. So, and it's not even like there aren't people in the boxing community, in the boxing world that don't want to fight him. There are people that want to fight him. Look at Irislandi Lara. Look at Gilberto Ramirez. Okay, James DeGale say he wanted a piece of that. I'm so fucking tired of hearing Gennady Golovkin is the monster that people think he is. People don't want to fight Gennady Golovkin. He's the most feared man just because fucking Canelo or should I say Canella, wanted to bitch out and leave him with the WBC champion, you know, just pretty much just hand it to him like, oh, here, take it. Just because Canelo bitched out on fighting Golovkin does not mean that every single fucking person in the sport is afraid of Gennady Golovkin. There are people that want to get in the ring with him. There are people out at 168 that want to get in the ring with him, just like Abel Sanchez, man. He said Abel Sanchez said he could knock out anyone at 168. Okay, prove it. There are people that want to fight him at 168. Okay, no one's afraid of him there. And there are also people at 154 that want to fight Gennady Golovkin. Look at Irizlandi Lara. He's been this man has been lobbying, campaigning, petitioning for that fight. I think Lara should do a little more to make a statement for it. But he's still talking about it. These people just keep on, you know, pushing that potential bout to the side. It's annoying. Okay, when you talk about 154, and here's another problem with the fact that they'll even go as far as to say they can knock anyone out from 154 to 168. If that's the fucking case, then why didn't you give in to Saul Canelo Alvarez's demands and fight him at catchweight at 155? Why the fuck didn't you do that? Huh? Why didn't you guys do that, Team Golovkin? So, yeah, overall, we need to take off the kid gloves from Gennady Golovkin and camp. And someone from Gennady Golovkin's camp needs to put a muzzle on Abel Sanchez, because he's not saying things that are, he's not helping Gennady Golovkin with what he's saying. You know, he's an excellent boxer. I mean, he's an excellent boxing coach, but you know, he should not be speaking on Golovkin's behalf, in my opinion. He says shit that just pisses off fans like me, you know, because we see the fucking hypocrisy. You know what Gennady Golovkin is right now? He is what Canelo Alvarez would have been if Floyd Mayweather did not decide to fight him. That's what Gennady Golovkin is. So yeah, it's about time we took the kid gloves off and deal with Gennady Golovkin properly. All right. Anyway, these are my thoughts. Again, you know, I always say I'm not an expert on the sport. I'll admit that. But like I say, you don't have to be an expert to give your opinion on something, and these are my opinions on the comments that Abel Sanchez made about Gennady Golovkin. Okay. Shout out to Lions Den Boxing. I'll probably put a tag on Lions Den Boxing. Shout out to them, and you know, everybody that's a part of that. And shout out to 78 Sports TV. Thank you for making that video. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Take care.